Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. It's our regular meeting. We have a Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Fire evacuation procedures in the event of emergency. You could go in, the quickest is the back door and just go away from the building, or this door and then down the stairs and away from the building. Roll call, please.
Donna Corbin-Sabinsky.
Here.
Virginia Higley here. Carrie Ann Howe, absent. Robert Hendrickson.
Here.
Kevin Zorda.
Here.
Thank you. Public participation. Is there anybody in the audience that wants to speak on something not on the agenda? Is there anybody want to speak on something not on the agenda? I'll give that person 1 minute. And is there anybody in the audience for one last time that wants to speak on items not on the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move forward. Do we have any agent comments? Kevin?
Not at this time.
Nope. Okay, we'll move on. Correspondence. We did receive a new commissioners list. Thank you very much. So there we go for that. Approval of minutes for January 18th.
I move that we approve the minutes with one change. It does say regular meeting. I think that should say special meeting.
Yes.
Second.
Okay, can I have roll call, please?
Donna Corbin-Sabinsky.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
4 in favor, motion passes. Next is the town attorney report. We have one dated January 26, 2022. So we have that for our records. There's no continued public hearings. We have no new public hearings. Next is old business. We have IW 641, 25 and 35 Bacon Road, application for a wetland permit to construct a distribution center with associated site improvements to the rear of 25 Bacon Road, lot 9465. Adam Stanley, applicant, WE 35 Bacon Road, LLC. Owner, map 94, lot 65, and map 95, lot 5, I-zone. Okay, so, let me get some room here. So this, we have to make a decision by either this meeting or our next meeting of February 15th. How do you want to proceed?
I can make a motion.
Excuse me, Chair. Did you want me to give you a synopsis?
That'd probably be good for the record, yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to make a decision, or do
Well,
we?
you also have to comment about what we
Right,
received. Yeah.
right, yeah. So go ahead.
Okay. Chairwoman asked me to give a quick synopsis about the application before then. And the commission has reviewed statements from the public as well as letters that were received during the public hearing on January 18th, 2022. The commission has also reviewed the application and all relevant documents provided to them. It is important to note that Wetlands Commission requirements are different than planning and zoning, where letters received during hearings do not have to be read in full and can be listed by date and description. My apologies if some people were misled to believe that every letter would have been read out loud in their entirety. However, the Wetlands Agency has reviewed them. IW 641 is a wetlands application before the agency to develop the parcel directly behind 25 Bacon Road. This is to accommodate a warehouse distribution center. The applicant has proposed 4 different alternatives to the site, none of which had prudent and feasible alternatives, as we saw from their presentation at the January 18th, 2022 special meeting. The applicant has been working on this site since 2016 to develop it in the most practical way to accommodate for the wetland systems. The agricultural man-made pond is determined by the Army Corps of Engineers to not be a federal jurisdictional wetland. The applicant hired AECOM to perform a soil report and wetland delineation for the project. The scientists identified several different wetland systems, mostly along the sides of the site and bottom towards 25 Bacon Road. This project proposes to avoid direct impacts to current forested upland areas, minimizes impacts to wetland areas on and adjacent to the site, and utilizes previously disturbed areas associated with active and formerly active farmed areas. The site access utilizes existing gravel roads and landscaped areas as well. Permanent erosion control measures have been included in the design of the project to limit long-term erosion conditions and includes best management practices to do so. The site is not on top of a Level A mapped aquifer protection area and is outside the FEMA flood zone. The stormwater analysis depicts water flow from north to south in a westerly direction, avoiding discharge into both lake communities. The proposal is creating 2 wetlands in the process and creating 2 wet floor detention basins. This will help cleanse the stormwater before draining off-site.
Whoops, thank you. I do also want to mention that we did receive some emails after our public hearing was closed at the last meeting. We are not allowed to read these. We're not allowed to look at them. They were forwarded to the staff for their review. One was from Angela Foss, dated January 21st. Oops. I received another one dated January 24th. And that was from the Journal Inquirer reporter, Susan Dancer. Might have got that wrong, sorry, Susan. There was another one forwarded to me from Senator Kissel, which was forwarded on to Deep. We sent that along as well. And then we received one today from Karen Mulready, also asking us to enter that in. We cannot accept these. That's the rules and regulations and our laws that we have to follow. Once our public hearing is closed, we cannot accept any more information. Our information, our determinations are based on what we heard at the public hearing, the applicant's information that they gave to us, any questions that we asked, and anything we received once we got the application. So just want to make sure everyone was aware of that, and I apologize, but that's the law. We have to follow it. Okay.
I just want to say for the record that I also received many of these emails after noticing that they were regarding this application. I did delete them. I didn't, knowing that you received them as well, and forward them.
I also received several of the emails, and I did the same thing. I just deleted them.
I also received one email and did delete it.
Thank you. So do we want to move forward? Anything?
All right. Then I will make this motion. Motion to approve IW number 641, 25 and 35 Bacon Road, application for a wetlands permit to construct a distribution center with associated site improvements at the rear of 25 Bacon Road, lot 94 to 65, Adam Winstanley, WE 35 Bacon Road, LLC, owner map 94, lot 65, and map 95, lot 5, I-1 zone. Motion to approve the application for the following reasons. A feasible and prudent alternative does not exist because the applicant provided convincing documentation that no change in size of the footprint or location of the footprint would decrease the impact to surrounding wetland areas. No alternative proposal is feasible in which the 4 concept plans required wider access from Bacon Road, which would significantly impact freshwater brook to the east and require the removal of significant stands of mature trees that currently buffer the site from adjacent neighborhoods. C, by filling in the man-made pond, impacts to natural wetlands on the site are significantly minimized. The development proposal avoids impacting existing mature tree lines and adjacent natural habitats. After duly considering all relevant factors and public concerns in the record, the following has been concluded. There will be minimal adverse wetlands impact, which will be mitigated by the use of sedimentation and erosion controls as stated on the application materials. The State Natural Diversity Database Areas Map for Enfield, Connecticut shows that the endangered and threatened species wildlife habitats are off the subject property. The site development proposal reduces impact associated with stormwater volume and pollutant loads from pre to post development. The applicant provided convincing documentation that the development plan of 35 Bacon Road minimizes impacts to higher value wetlands and focuses on supporting infrastructure to the lower value drainage swales that were previously constructed as part of the Hallmark facility at 25 Bacon Road. There is no direct impact to the adjacent lake communities. The wetlands will be enhanced by the creation of new wetland areas. Storm drainage maintenance will be performed as stated on the record by the applicant. How about the note? Should we? An important note, denying permits based on impacts to aquatic, plant, wildlife, and water courses may not deny or condition a permit based on impacts to aquatic, plant, wildlife outside wetlands and water courses without evidence of likely impact or effect to the physical characteristics of such wetlands or water courses. That's CGS Section 22A-41D in the state regulations.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
None
I-
at the- go ahead.
I think that it's met the criteria, the wetlands criteria, and on the items read off by the assistant chair.
Anybody else? I did want to just address a couple things. I read through all your emails and all that. So, and I wrote down some notes. So runoff from the building and the parking lots are going to route to the stormwater management system. It will be cleaned and processed before going into the groundwater. Systems maintained and the reports are sent to the town and will be a condition, one as a condition as part of the permit. The property is not on an aquifer, and it's also, there's no protection for the natural habitats and the species from the deep map. Pesticides and ice snow chemical use of sodium chloride, rock salt, and glycol is prohibited per the property maintenance agreements, and I'd like to make that part of the permit as a condition.
Special condition
Right.
added.
They said they were going to do
Yep.
it, so just add it
Yep.
as a, yeah. Somebody asked about site walks. We don't have to do site walks unless we feel we want to do one. We're not familiar with the site, or there's something that we need to look at. We haven't done too many of them since I've been on the board for the agency, but they're up to our discretion as an agency. The soil scientists and engineers, land specialists, and that, we can hire them as an agency if we feel the need. We do it at our discrepancy. If we hired somebody, we would then look at what they say, we'd look at what the applicant's person say, and then we still would make a decision based on whoever we want to agree with. We would not necessarily have to agree with ours if we didn't feel theirs was proper or whatever. So it is up to us, but for this application, we didn't feel there was a need. We respected the people that gave us the reports. They're respected in their community, in their industry, and I feel they gave accurate information.
As well as the public who came back by
Yeah.
and their descriptions and.
Right. So the proposed overall work, I know I mentioned it once before at the public hearing in that, it's 0.33 acres of wetland impact. The regulated area is 6.33 acres. The total acreage is 203. So to me, that's minimal. They're going to be utilizing existing gravel roads and maintain lawn areas. And Area A that's on the maps is only during construction and will be inspected weekly during construction. The interior portion that they're going to do their construction on is a flat open land that's currently being farmed, and it has that man-made pond on it. The applicants did reach out to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and for approval on that, and that was okay. There's 3 watersheds on the property and 7 wetland areas. There is an 8th one, but it's not on the property. The flow from the farmland in the north central area goes southwest to wetland 4, which leads to freshwater brook. The northwest portion is not being touched. The 3rd one, when the runoff in the undeveloped land in the west portion drains southwest. Let me see. I think the applicants took their time, as said, to come up with a reasonable solution, and which includes their permanent erosion and sediment control measures along with the stormwater management to best fulfill the needs and have minimal impact to the wetlands and the surrounding property. I was real happy to see that they didn't touch the trees and vegetations along the outer edges. So I think that's important to the neighbors, and that they could have gone in and cut them down, which, so I'm happy that they didn't do that, and they took a lot of care in looking at that type of stuff. So I think it was good on their part. So a couple of conditions I'd like to add is that the stormwater management systems, the maintenance information gets sent to the town. I don't know if you're going to do them yearly, monthly, how often they planned on doing them, every 6 months. We could come up with something. That the pesticides, ice, snow, chemical use of sodium chloride, the rock salt, and glycol is prohibited per property maintenance agreements. That's mentioned on the conditions. And there was another piece, was the project as proposed is requesting 415 parking spaces. I know this is P&Z, but according to P&Z, they mentioned should be 655 or something like that. So if they go to P&Z and they increase those parking spaces greater than the 415, then I would like them to come back to us for any impact to the wetlands, so we can review it again. And of course, if the P&Z comes up with anything else that would impact the wetlands, to make sure they come back to us. But that's my thoughts.
I will amend the motion with those special conditions.
Okay. Anybody else? We have roll call, please. Pardon?
Second on the amendment.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead.
Second.
Okay. So Bob seconded. Okay. Can we have roll call, please?
Anna Corbin-Savinsky?
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson?
Yes.
Kevin Zorda?
Yes.
4 in favor, motion passes. So the applicants are here. You're all set with that, or our conditions? Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. And I do want to thank all the public and the people for coming forward to us, giving your opinions. We did look at it, we did listen, you may not agree with us, but we do have to follow our regulations. So thank you very much.
Hey, Adam, you're gonna buy my house when I can't sell it?
Okay, please, excuse me,
Go to recess.
excuse me.
Just call recess.
Yep.
Exit if they like.
Second.
Thank you. I'd like to resume the Enfield Inland Wetlands Watercourse Agency meeting for Tuesday, February 1st. So now we're on old business item B, IW 63659 Cottage Road. Application for a wetlands permit to replace the seawall. David Vesky, owner applicant. We did receive a letter for an extension, which.
Yep, this will be his second extension request, which is valid.
Okay, so do we need a motion?
I'll move that we accept that extension.
Second,
Okay, can we have roll call?
Donna Corbin Savinsky.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
Motion passes for the extension. Next is our POCD implementation strategy review that was tabled. Do we want to? We'll keep it tabled. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. New business. I know you've been really busy. New business, IW 647, 1700 King Street, wetland application to correct a violation within the escarpment area. Ignacio Carballo, owner applicant, map 14, lot 27, R33 zone. Hey, welcome, gentlemen. Could you state your name and address for the records, please?
Explicar el nombre y apellido tuyo.
Ignacio Carvalho.
Welcome.
William Carvalho, his brother.
Pardon?
William Carvalho, his
Oh,
brother.
thank you, thank you. So we have your application. And we have, do you want to give a little review, Georgie?
Sure. Hi. So this is an application to correct a wetlands violation of a property expansion from 1700 King into 1706 King Street. This invades the escarpment area and potentially disturbing the upland review area of Bowens Brook. From the zoning officer's report, he stated wood pallets and other debris have fallen down into the escarpment area to the brook from a fenced-in area that was extended by the property owner of 1700 King Street. The applicant's plan of correction includes installing silt fencing once the property lines have been verified. The silt fence, though not stated in the narrative, is drawn on the plan submitted in a green line. The applicant should be advised that the silt fencing should be installed prior to the removal of the fallen fence. Once the fallen fence has been removed, the applicant plans to clean up all debris that has fallen towards Bowens Brook. The applicant then plans to install a new fence about 1 foot away from the property line of 1700 King Street and finish the correction by spreading grass seed in the disturbed area. It is unknown what type of grass seed the applicant will be spreading. In regards to department comments, I did get a comment from the engineering department. The survey referenced in the property deed and filed in the town clerk's vault shows the south property line as close as 21 feet from the house. Considering the existing encroachments, an as-built survey is recommended upon completion of work to verify all encroachments have been removed. And there are recommended site-specific conditions of silt fencing to be installed prior to the start of the project. And as-built will be submitted upon completion of the project, and then proof of restoration must be submitted to IWWA within a year of approval. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Did anybody have anything for him?
No, not at this time.
Just wanted to make sure the fence was 1 foot closer onto the property, not further.
So the fence regulations, they're allowed to either be directly on the property line, but staff always recommend the owner to give 1 foot before their property line. That way they can maintenance both sides.
Right. Okay, makes sense. So do you understand that, or is that good? Or do
¿Entendí todo?
you have any comments?
Lo
Or?
mismo que está pasando, ¿me entiendes? I do have a comment. What kind of grass are you guys looking for? Kentucky bluegrass? We can make it happen for you guys. I'm not sure.
No, you don't want to use bluegrass. You want, the conservation mix is what typically we use in
Right.
these
No,
situations.
I'm in the construction business. I know. So I'm just saying, you guys want the best, you guys can have that. And we're just trying to fix the problem.
Bluegrass isn't the best for around here, actually. So,
All right, the weather is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I get it. Yeah. All right, great.
I do have a question just for staff. Is the owner of the property that was encroached on, are they okay with everything that, with the, I know it doesn't directly impact us, but with the plan?
I'm not sure of how the complaint originally came into the department, but I'm pretty sure the zoning officer was in touch with the property owner. Again, I'm not sure. That's it, so.
Okay.
Can we find out about that? And in reference to.
Does he need permission to go on their property or anything?
He might need permission to go onto the property. I can give the owner a call tomorrow, and I'll talk to the zoning officer to see where that stands.
Okay.
Do we know when this is going to start?
This is going to start as long as you approve it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to give the okay.
Do you see any issue without having the
Owner approval?
owner approval?
Well, he
our
does
app?
have to wait 15 days anyways. I don't recommend starting anything until you receive the actual permit, because there is a 15-day appeal period following all decisions, and that will give you more than enough time.
Right.
And that'll give us enough time to contact the owner, hopefully.
Okay.
So we'll wait for that, and then we'll make it happen.
Okay.
It's an issue that happened, and it was an error that happened on the
Yeah.
behalf of my brother, so
May have to
and
wait
we're
for
here
the
to
snow to
rectify it.
melt.
Maybe.
You may have to wait for snow to melt, right?
Definitely.
But yeah. Okay, do we have a motion?
Can I borrow that? That.
This?
Yeah. All right, I will make a motion to approve IW 647, 1700 King Street, wetlands application to correct a violation within the escarpment area, Ignacio Carvalho, owner, applicant, map 14, lot 27, R33 zone. Site-specific conditions to include silt fencing to be installed prior to the start of the project, and as-built will be submitted upon completion of the project, and proof of restoration must be submitted to the IWWA within a year of approval. And should we also include one regarding the owner be contacted? No, nothing starts until the owner is contacted?
You can if you'd like, yes.
So we'll
Yeah,
add that
being
as
owner.
number 4.
Okay. If I may make one recommendation.
Sure.
Just because of the situation right now, I strongly recommend that the applicant install silt fencing immediately, just to
Okay.
prevent other things from falling into
Agreed.
the brick area.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's okay to go on the other property's line.
Well, that's,
For the silt fencing, I would, and I will converse with the owner tomorrow as soon as I get in.
Okay.
Yeah, and just if you're not sure how to properly put it in, just.
Oh, no, we know.
Okay.
I know, yeah, we know. Yeah.
okay, perfect.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Good, thank you. Can I have roll call, please?
Donna Corbin Zabinski.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
4 in favor, motion passes. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and good luck with your project.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And just the silt fence, just to be clear right here, silt fence, nothing else. After the 15 days, I'll keep in touch with you.
Yep,
and,
silt fencing immediately, and once you receive your permit in the mail, you are allowed to start.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any questions along the way, you could, speak to Georgia.
Definitely. She's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, all
Thank
the
you.
time. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Give a minute. Okay. So next on our agenda is DPN 2022-01-04A, IW 642, 147 Abbey Road. Determination of a permit need for the removal of the soils to allow trenching for the installation of irrigation pipelines within the regulated areas. Jarmuck Real Estate LLC owner, Owen Jarmuck, applicant, map 85, lot 16, R44 zone. Hi.
Hi, for the record, my name's Derek Donnelly. I represent the applicant. They're seated, Steve and Owen Jarmuck are seated here with me today.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We have a number of items on. If it's appropriate and okay with the commission, what I'd like to do is just kind of talk about them generally first.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
And
right ahead.
kind of go into specifics. So,
Yes, I did have some things maybe you could touch on as you go through it.
Sure.
For all of them. So a lot of them talk about trenching and backfilling. So if you could give us an overview on how that's going to happen. Some of the photos are from fall within the trees and leaves and things, so it's kind of tough to see the ground, so if you'd explain that. It's difficult to tell, we don't have any site plans, so I'm not exactly sure where the wetlands and regulated areas are located, so kind of see if we can figure that one out. Oh, and I don't know, you talk about cutting trees and that, so it doesn't say how many trees, 1 tree, 10 trees, you know. You could kind of go over that with each of them and where exactly they're going to be removed from. That would be helpful. Some of them refer to a diesel pumps are going to be on there, so I'd like to know where they're going to be located, if they're within the wetland review and that, if there're going to be any spillage, what are you doing for that, or leakages, and that kind of, if, you know, if it's within the regulated areas. One of them talks about using the Scannick River currently, and the other one has an irrigation pond, so, you know, what's going to be the status of those after the fact, after you do these pipes and stuff? But thank you very much for that, if you could.
Great. If I could approach, I have just a quick handout, which might be a little helpful too. I have copies for staff as well. And I will apologize,
Thank you.
the color we chose, not,
Do like you wanted.
we pay a little extra at the office for color copies too, so I was somewhat dismayed when my staff handed me a copy of this today.
It's like, oh.
So just for background, if you flip to the first page, Jarmark Farms started in 1908. It's a 4th generation family-owned and operated business here in Enfield. Primary industry is obviously tobacco, but there's a wide range of fall harvesting crops as well, squash, pumpkins, etc. Originally, it was a sole agriculture operation on 20 acres of land at Abbey Road. And today it's up to over 1,000 acres spread between Enfield, East Windsor, Summer, and Ellington. So, and with 150 full-time seasonal employees. So, I'm sure you know where things are, but sometimes it's it's nice to know what actually is going on there. So last year, Jarmark Farms received a grant from the Department of Agriculture to improve some irrigation at 5 of their Enfield farms, and the projects are relatively straightforward. So to your point, Madam Chairman, all of the projects, if you look at the scope of work, it's pipe being buried directly underneath existing farm roads. So nothing new no new farm roads are being created. There's going to be access hydrants. Those are those diesel-powered pumps scattered throughout the property. None of the pumps are in any of the upland review areas, correct?
Well, so they're at the water source.
Oh, I'm sorry, other than the water source.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's nothing else scattered anywhere else. Yep. There's no tree clearing or cutting of trees involved with this application. So that was some confusion based on where the lines were drawn, but there is no tree clearing to be done as part of this project.
Yeah. So just for clarification with respect to trees, in order to obtain the grant, you had to have irrigated these fields for the past 3 out of 5 years. So essentially where we're going to be burying the pipe underground, we would lay 6-inch aluminum pipe over top of the ground. So we're just kind of mimicking that system, but it's a permanent system, not a temporary one. now.
Okay.
No, see that?
No, no.
What was the question?
The new,
No, the old irrigation.
Oh,
I think
okay.
yeah. And where the pipe does connect to the water, there's only going to be minimum disturbance of the wetland area. So we're really talking about burying the pipe, having the pump there, and then backfilling it with exactly what was taken out. So there's no off-site soils, no disruption to the water course, no change in the actual wetland area at all, other than to bury the pump. So really, truly minimal disturbance. And if you look at the projects individually, the Abbey Road one, for instance, other than the pump itself, does not cross any upland review area at all. So it's our position, and the reason these determinations of need are on, it's our position that this is a as of right agricultural use. And I've provided for you the statutory language because it's helpful to look at whenever we go through this. So, the way the language works in 22A-40, as I'm sure staff will tell you, is not the most perfectly written statute that ever existed. But what we're talking about here is the permitted uses are provided for first, and provided that for you, and you can see those underlined. And then after that, you've got your exemptions, of course, that I've highlighted for you as well. And if you go on to the next page, And we always kind of start with looking at the exemptions first. So what are the exemptions? Obviously, road construction, erection of buildings, not directly related to the farming operation. And we've got no road construction and no erection of buildings. So any roads that this is going over are existing roads, farm roads in town. And when we talk about farm roads, we're really talking about where the tractors tend to go. This is an impervious place. We have them covered in off-season topsoil and dressings right now. So these are not gravel roads or anything like that. We've got no relocation of any water courses as part of this, okay? As far as filling or reclamation of wetlands or water courses with continual flow, nothing of that here. As I said before, no cutting down of any trees as part of this. Obviously, the clear cutting of timber would have been a problem. We're not cutting any trees. So, the pipeline is going to run sort of adjacent to some of the tree lines, which I think was not particularly helpful in our in showing that on the various maps provided. So, and then of course, no mining of topsoil, peat, sand, gravel, or similar material from the wetlands or watercourses, and none whatsoever, but specifically none for the purpose of sale either. So, pretty straightforward. So, having established this is not one of those exempt activities, we then turn to the definitions. Obviously, farming, the definition of farming includes, and I've highlighted some of those for you within Connecticut General Statutes, Section 1-1Q. We've got the operation, management, conservation, improvement, or maintenance of the farm. This is clearly to that. And then also the construction, operation, or maintenance of ditches, canals, reservoirs, or waterways used exclusively for farming purposes. And that's essentially what we're talking about here. So we believe we fit twice under the definition of farming based on those two. And that definition of farming goes on, so I did include it just so no one thought I was trying to hide the ball on any of those things. So with respect to 147 Abbey Road, in particular, you can see the proposed project description on the next page. Obviously, there is a road crossing here, and staff has noted the additional permits that are going to be required as part of that. But we're talking about a 2,150-foot PVC pipe underground for the irrigation management system. So it's going to service the cropland. It'll be installed in accordance with the plan provided to the Department of Agriculture. Installation is going to include a trench excavation and backfill with sand and stone in accordance with the plans. And the proposed project, as we've said, is an as-of-right use. So we're looking for the determination of need there. Anything to add on that one?
No? Any questions?
The nice part about the, and you can see on the diagram, you can see where the hydrants are going to be as well on this. We've noted them on the map, in addition to the pump.
Quick question on this one. So actually, my house is on your map here. I will make note. So on Abbey Road, I've seen the irrigation system that you guys have to put down, and that's crazy. It's a lot of work, and I'm all for improving that. I will note that, and the new building you put up is beautiful. Is it a hangar? No?
Storage.
Storage, okay.
Anything and everything that can fit.
Cool. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful and, painted, so that's besides the point. But I will note that where this line is going, that the Abbey Road there, any significant rain, there is often the erosion from your field into the road where you lose some of the soil. So I don't know, it's not really part of the permit, and you're not supposed to change the grade, but I'm wondering if this might help that to some degree. So oftentimes that sedimentation, I think one of the last storms we had this fall, the town actually had to go in there with a bucket loader and scrape it out.
Yeah, we could definitely do minor regrading along the road to where the pipeline's installed once it's in there to kind of help with that issue.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is the one that has the irrigation pond?
No. The pump, this is one's going to the
147?
pump right here.
Yeah, there's a.
Yeah.
that-
Oh,
that's a
yeah, to the
pond.
pond here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you going to continue using the pond, or?
Yeah, so that's where the pump will be located.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Next, we've got the 128 Moody Road irrigation project. A little bit longer. It's 1,800 feet of pipe. Again, it's for the underground water management system. Underground piping for, again, in accordance with the Department of Agriculture permit, and the installation, again, is going to include that trench excavation, burying of the pipe, and backfilling there. So, again, we've shown you the map that delineates where everything is. There's an existing farm pond there as well, where the pump is going to be located, and you see the locations of the hydrants on the map, which allow for the hookup to the individual rows. So, any questions on that one? And again, this is a good example. It sort of runs along the tree line, so obviously we can see where the confusion came from. But again, no tree cutting is all as part of this.
Excellent.
We also have 24 Charnley Road. This is 5,850 feet. And again, you see, very, very similar, and you see right on the map where everything is located here as well. A little harder to see because it is a little bit larger of an area that we're talking about here. But you can see the lines as delineated there. We also have Grant Road, 46 Grant Road.
Madam Chair, may I ask a question? I completely concur that, well, I believe that most of these activities are exempt, but this is the one where I was concerned about the tree cutting. It shows the red line and the green line going through forest, so how is that there are no tree cutting? Is there already
Those are
roads there?
Yeah, so there's actually existing farm roads. We own, if you're looking at the intersection of Still, Charnley, and Fletcher, there's a steel building there. There's actually an access road to go down to the back on the red line there that you're referring to. So that's an
Okay.
existing farm road. It's probably just hard to see with all the tree coverage there.
Yeah.
And then the green line, I think that's the other one you're referring to. So it actually crosses the irrigation pond, and there is a path there. We get tractors over and stuff. It comes out, and then it follows our property along. That is actually Still Lane. Still Lane continues from the intersection of Fletcher all the way to Broadbrook. It's actually a town pencil road, if you will. And so then we actually do need an excavation permit to come under that road and then come onto our property.
Okay.
But it's an existing road, mostly with ATV traffic currently, but it is there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the worst
you.
kind of traffic on our farm.
Thanks for that clarification.
I just want to confirm what he said. When you go onto the Google Earth imagery, you can see some of the trails in the fall setting of Google Earth.
Okay, thank you.
The snowmobiles don't wait either. I see them.
Maybe horses.
And we have 46 Grant as well, which is the next one. And again, very similar here as well. And again, another one with a little bit of confusion based on where the line is. But we're talking about over an existing farm road.
Yeah, again, that's mostly a ATV trail, or there's some kids that walk down from the neighborhood that go fishing in the Scannick River, or what have you.
Yeah, this is the one you use to scan it.
Yep, yeah. And we have a water diversion permit from DEP for that use.
You're going to continue.
Yep, yeah.
Is there a line there now? I'm sorry, Madam Chair. Is there a line there now? Is that where your existing irrigation is?
So when we say existing, it's temporary, it's 6-inch aluminum pipe laid over the ground.
Oh, on top.
Yeah,
Okay,
it just,
yeah.
we lay it on, we carry it, and there's
So you're
20
just
foot
gonna
lines.
bury it.
Yeah, and then take it out and go to the next spot.
Yep, got it. Okay, thank you.
So it's still accessible. I mean, I can drive my pickup truck all the way down to the Scannick. You can get all the way down there.
And the last one is 131 Town Farm Road. And again, very similar. This one's 2,450 feet. The hydrants are HYD on this map as well, which you probably figured out. So this one's a little easier. Again, runs along the tree line as opposed to through it. So with that, we hope we cleared up some confusion and would be looking for a motion on each of these applications that, that no permit is needed.
Just one quick, so nothing is crossing any water courses other than the farm pond, the one crossing a farm pond, you said?
Yeah, that's crossing the farm pond. And so that farm pond, it's not even crossing the pond. That's at the limit of the pond. The pond ends, and there's actually, when that pond was installed, or they did the work on it, Henry Matura years ago, there's actually a valve there where the pond can be controlled to raise and lower the pond, and it actually does discharge there.
Okay,
But yeah, we don't cross any waterways.
excellent,
It's over the top of a ATV trail.
super,
I think the confusion was the tree clearing.
yeah.
Yeah, the USDA provided these maps, and they didn't choose the best map with regard to roads.
Even the artists up there talking about tree cutting and clearing, and so that would have been a problem. Okay, so anybody else have any questions for him? Okay, so, should we do them one at a time?
Yeah, do we need to do these one at a time, or can I list them?
I would recommend doing them one at a time
Okay.
for the minute taker, and I do have department comments if you wanted to hear them one at a time as you go through.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you want to start with,
A, yeah, 642.
Okay. So for 147 Abbey Road, the department comments were, planning and zoning will need a permit from the Department of Public Works for the installation of pipes under Abbey Road. Engineering department, work crossing Abbey Road requires an excavation permit from the contractor digging within the town right away. Abbey Road is in good condition and will require a minimum mill and pavement repair 20-foot width running across the entire paved road for permanent pavement repair. It is recommended that the irrigation piping proposed parallel to the road be installed at least 15 feet from the edge of the paved road, so the proposed private irrigation piping will be located outside the town's right of way. Traffic said, Abbey Road requires the hiring of police officers for any work in the roadway that will interfere with traffic. This is usually done when the excavation permit is filed with the engineer office and later reviewed by the police department. There is one other thing in our regulations under section 8.9 for the instruction for applications involving determination of permit need applications. Section 8.9A 1 says the applicant shall complete an application form and provide all information required by the regulations, and that this requires the application requirements of section 7. And basically what that means is we're missing site plans. That's all that means.
And they probably want to change the narrative.
Yeah. That way you would know the detailed trenching width and depth. And for engineering for the location of the road and stuff like that.
And we would simply ask that, because it's an as-of-right use, that the site plan requirement be waived. I mean, it's pretty expensive in Denver in order to just bury some pipe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
you can make that decision.
Yeah, we could do that, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if they're not, it's hard because if you're not making an application, we can't kind of make that determination. If we determine it's as of right, we can't tell you to do something if we're telling you you don't have to get an application. We actually had a whole session at Kakiwick on that.
yeah.
With respect to the pipe going underneath Abbey Road, there is currently an existing pipe there. There was a former pipe there, and I had the pleasure of blowing Abbey Road apart when that pipe blew on the 4th of July 2 years ago. And so our contractor came out and we installed a new pipe. So that new pipe will be used. It's 2 years old. It's ductile iron. So there'll be no excavation of Abbey Road.
Oh, that'll make them happy, save
Yeah.
you some money.
Yeah. So they still need to complete the application though, right?
You can waive the site plan requirement for this application if you'd like to do
But
so.
just complete the application and waive the site plan.
Can you be a little, what?
You don't have to do an
Do the
application if
at
we
all?
determine, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
If we determine, okay.
I'm sorry, but the fan above my head is so hard for me to hear you.
So I will move that we determine that there is no need for a permit on DPN number 2022-01-04A, IW number 642, 147 Abbey Road.
Second.
Any more discussion? Roll call?
Donna Corbin Zabinski?
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson?
Yes.
Kevin Zorda?
Yes.
4 in favor, motion passes. Next is DPN 2022-01-04C, IW 644, 128 Moody Road. Determination of permit need for the removal of soils to allow trenching of an installation of irrigation pipeline within the regulated areas. 128 Moody Road, LLC, owner Owen Jarmark, applicant, map 95, lot 5, I-1 zone.
So I did receive a comment from the traffic division. They said it does not appear this project will involve any town roadways. Traffic review will occur when and if an excavation permit is filed with the engineering office, and a traffic management plan will be reviewed by the police department. And then there was one other thing regarding this application. The applicant mentioned Dan DiPietro did his diagrams for him, in which when I contacted Dan, he sent me an email of a site plan for 128 Moody Road already in progress, and I have not heard where that stands currently.
He's still working on them. It's not a site plan, if you will. It's more of engineered specs on the discharge hydrants and stuff like that. But there's no A2 survey or anything like that completed with this.
It does include the measurements of the pipe that the engineering department would need.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all 6-inch pipe.
So I'm wondering too, even if we just have them give us updated documentation.
I suppose you can make a condition of approval to submit the plans when they're finished.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
just
but there's no application.
No
Yeah,
application.
No
yeah,
application.
It doesn't,
For example.
Oh,
yeah.
true.
or just like a narrative saying
Yeah,
you're not,
we'd more than willing to submit a new narrative in.
yeah, say you're not going to do
From-
tree
yeah,
cutting and all
yeah,
that.
I recommend in that case, you should mention for the record to waive the requirements of section 8.9.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, then it's on record that you're not
Yep.
you're not doing the tree cutting, you're not doing all those other things. Because if somebody looks back, 10 years from now, they'll
Yeah.
say, oh, well, yeah, it's just so it's,
And if you do any of that or have to, then you'd have to come back.
Come back, yeah.
can't run the second one.
Yep. So I will make a motion that DPN number 2022-01-04C, IW number 644, 128 Moody Road, does not require a permit, and we are waiving 8.9.
Second.
Discussion? None? Roll call?
Donna Corbin Zabinski?
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson?
Yes.
Kevin Zorda?
Yes.
4 in favor, motion passes. Next is DPN 2022-01-04B, IW 643, 24 Charnley Road, Still Lane. Determination of permit needed for the removal of soils to allow trenching for the installation of irrigation pipelines within the regulated areas. Jarmark Farms LLC owner, Owen Jarmark, applicant map 108, lot 4, map 103, lot 46, map 103, lot 47, map 108, lot 21, R44 zone.
So I do just want to mention for the record, the address stated on the application is 24 Charnley Road. Our assessor's office just has it down as Still Lane, so in case any
yeah,
questions are raised about that.
That one.
Yes, of course. And then any other department comments I received was similar comments to the previous applications. Planning and zoning will need 2 permits from the Department of Public Works for the installation of pipes under Charnley Road and Still Lane. Engineering department, work crossing Charnley Road requires an excavation permit from the contractor digging from the town right away. Charnley Road is in good condition and will require a minimum mill and pavement repair of 20-foot width running across the entire paved road for permanent pavement repair. Traffic said, traffic review will occur when the excavation permit is filed with the engineering office and a traffic management plan will be reviewed by the police department. And that is all I have.
Excellent. Anything? No. I will make a motion that DPN number 2022-01-04B, IW number 64324 Charnley Road, Still Lane, does not require a permit, and we will waive condition 8.9.
Second.
Okay, discussion? Seeing none, roll call?
Donna Corbin Sabinsky.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
4 in favor, motion passes. One more. No, 2 more.
2 more.
DPN 2022-01-04D, IW 645, 46 Grant Road, determination of permit needed for the removal of soils to allow trenching for the installation of irrigation pipelines within the regulated areas. Grant Road Farm LLC owner, Owen Jarmock, applicant, map 87, lot 152, R88 zone.
So, similar comments like before. However, planning and zoning, no comment. Engineering, no comment. Traffic said, it does not appear this project will involve any town roadways. Traffic review will occur when and if an excavation permit is filed with the engineering office, and a traffic management plan will be reviewed by the police department.
Excellent. I will move that DPN number 2022-01-04D, IW number 645, 46 Grant Road, does not require a permit, and we will waive section 8.9.
Second.
Discussion? No? Roll call?
Donna Corbin Sabinsky.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
Yes, motion passes, 4 in favor. Next is DPN 2022-01-04E, IW 646, right, 131 Town Farm Road, determination of permit needed for the removal of soils to allow trenching for the installation of irrigation pipeline within the regulated areas, 131 Town Farm Road. Owner, Owen Jarmock, applicant, map 89, lot 30, R88 zone.
I did not receive any department comments about this one.
Excellent.
Okay.
I will make a motion that DPN number 2022-01-04E, IW number 646, 131 Town Farm Road, does not require a permit, and we will waive section 8.9.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call?
Donna Corbin Sabinsky.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
4 in favor, motion passes. I want to go back for, I think it's the first one. DPN 2022-01-04A, IW 642, 147 Abbey Road. I think we need to amend it.
Yeah, to waive section 8.9.
There was,
You beat me to it.
There's one more thing I just want to mention. When Owen originally came to me in the beginning with all these applications, there was a 6th. However, he was not ready at that time to present it. And that was for the farm on Parson Road. And I just wanted to mention that so you're aware if that one comes in the future.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll be back for that one. That's still the least priority on our list.
Excellent.
Okay. So do we have a motion for the first one?
For the amendment?
Yep.
Yeah, I said that.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
Roll call to the amendment?
Donna Corbin Sabinsky.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes,
4 in favor, motion passes for the amendment. And I think
that's it.
the others had the amendment.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Very much.
Good luck on the project. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Okay, now what am I on? Enforcement. Next on our agenda is enforcement reports. Do we have anything?
He's,
Yeah, no, he did.
I have a question on the LaCory property. I don't remember the number. Was the silt fencing and hay replaced immediately like we requested?
It was not,
Is it done yet? Thank you.
to the best of my knowledge, no.
So what do we, this has been,
Rick Rochelle went out there, and actually Ben Winter went with them the other day. I think it was just last week, and they just did a reconnaissance, basically, of the site, and those items were not done, and there was actually additional dumping. There was probably, I don't know, a mountain of Christmas trees with tags on them for sale. So that was reported to the attorney, and that's being addressed through the courts.
all right, should that stay with the courts, or should we, would you
Well, it's
suggest
no,
that-
it's, so they are now, so he is now in violation of your permit.
Right.
right,
So that's what they're discussing.
okay.
Is there any fine with that?
That's the
Yeah.
tough part.
That's,
That's up to the court.
Oh, okay.
okay. That's too bad. Yeah. Next is report of planning staff.
Sorry, there is one thing I want to bring up to the meeting tonight. I know we recently approved our new applications. However, upon receiving some applications, there were a couple of discrepancies that I just added to the application, and I would just need your approval for these corrections. We added 2 questions under environmental information. The first question is upland review area to be impacted, square feet. Upland review area to be disturbed, square feet. And then the third question we added is please list all consultants' contact information on the lines below. And that was all the things that we add, and hopefully we won't have to do this again.
I move that we accept the application as amended.
Second,
Roll call?
Donna Corbin Zabinski.
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Robert Hendrickson.
Yes.
Kevin Zorda.
Yes.
Motion passes, 4 in favor. And can we get a final copy?
Yes, I will give you.
Final copy.
Would you like me to, do you want me to email it to you, or do you want me to?
That's fine.
Paper copy?
Can I have a copy?
Absolutely. Yes.
Man, you guys are so demanding.
I know, geez.
Please.
I did have a question, is on 52 South Road, the application with the Geo driveway and all that, are they supposed to remove stuff?
We didn't tell them they had to.
Well, it wasn't approved, though.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they mentioned returning it because they
Whatever.
still had their receipts and stuff, and I don't think they wanted to keep it if they couldn't use it. But I have not followed up with them to see
'Cause-
if they have done so.
Because most of what was already done had been approved prior, correct?
No, it is outside of the upland review area.
Okay.
That's the only part that they put down. When they got to the upland review area, they removed what was there per the zoning officer's request.
Okay. Yeah,
I do not know what's currently there.
okay.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if we had asked that or not. Okay, that's good. New applications to be received, item 15. XIW 648, 558 Enfield Street. Well, an application for site upgrades at the Great Brook Pump Station. Donald Newens, applicant representative, Town of Enfield, applicant owner, map 33, lot 1, R33 zone. And then another application to be received is XIW 649 Orlando Drive over Beekman's Brook. Wetlands application for culvert restoration project, John Cabibbo, applicant representative, Town of Enfield, applicant owner, R33 zone. And our next meeting's February 15th. Do we have,
I move to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Meeting's adjourned.